Hi. Certain models of vacuum cleaner have been fairly iconic over the years, and the standard Henry cleaner has got to be one of those. You recognise it whenever you see one, and most people know somebody that's got one as well. Whenever we get the reports as to what is selling the best in the UK each month, then the Henry cleaner is always in there. So even though it's been around for some time, then it's still doing very well. And what they've done, the manufacturer's Numatic, is they've come up with a cordless version of the Henry. And I've got one here to show you. And as a first look, it looks very similar to the standard Henry. And even when I'm holding it, or him, I still feel I need to hold him like an animal or a child, not just holding him by the handle. So what I want to do is just to give you a rundown of some of the features and benefits, and basically what Henry can offer. So before you start, obviously you need to charge it up, and on the cordless Henry you've got the battery here that's separate. So as with most cordless vacuum cleaners, the battery is sealed within the unit, but the beauty of the Henry is that it's a separate battery, and you can get other batteries, and what you can do is you've got the charger as well. So it's very simple. Obviously this can just plug into any main socket, and with those you just put that on there like that, and when it's charging it's just got the light indicator on the front there. And as I say, you can get spare batteries for these, so what you can do is if one of the batteries runs out, then you can pop the other one on the vacuum and put this on charge. So once you've got the battery fully charged, then to put it in, all you need to do is make sure you've got this side here at the front, and that just pushes in and it clips in. And to remove the battery, once you need to change it or charge it, then it is very easy. All you do is you just press that button there and then it comes out. So a really good simple design. And just while we've got the vacuum this way, then I've got the on and off switch at the back. On this model you've got two power settings. So you've got this one, which is the low power. You can switch over to number 2, and as you can hear it's a higher power, so the suction will be a lot better. So on this model you get a maximum run time of around 30 minutes. The main thing to remember is that if you are to use this setting, the higher suction setting, then that can reduce the run time. The other thing to point out is the battery status indicator. So you've got 3 bars on the side here. I'll just show you again. So at the moment it's on 2, and I'm probably not far off recharging the battery. So a moment ago it did go down to 1 bar. That's it. So clearly I'll need to recharge this at the moment. So when it comes to the inside of Henry, if you just have a look on the side here, you've got 2 handles. So you've got one on the side, and what you need to do is pull those out, the clips, and then this will actually lift off. And inside here we've got the filter, and with these they can be replaced. It basically says do not wash. Just inside here, just see if you can see it. That's it, there's a little note in there that says do not wash. And really the thing to remember is that if you do wash something like this, then it can spoil the filtration on the vacuum, and it can harm the performance in the future. Now we've got into the bag, and the bags on these are huge. They're around a 9 litre capacity, and just to put that into context, because it probably doesn't mean a lot to most people, most cordless vacuum cleaners have a capacity of around 0.6, 0.7 litres at the most. So with these at around a 9 litre capacity, then that is huge, and clearly you do need to replace the bags. It's not a bagless cleaner like a lot of the other cordless models, but again the capacity on these are so big that, and generally with the cost of the bags, they're not too expensive. I have provided a link here to show you where to get some at a good price. But and again, to to replace the bag, it is very easy. I shouldn't really need to show you that, but all you need to do is just take that out, just replace the bag and then just pop that back in. That's a very easy process. And then to put it back together, you just put this on top, and again the clips, just make sure that the Henry logo is facing forwards just to match it up, and then push the clips in and then you're ready to go. So something else to show you, he has got 4 wheels underneath. So you've got these wheels at the back and then these caster type wheels at the front, and this design has been fairly standard for many years. And the main advantage is when you are pulling him, especially when you've got the hose on the front, then it is so easy to use. And if I think most people have at least had a go with a Henry before, and you will realise how easy they are to manoeuvre, and also how good the suction is. Now I'll show you some of the accessories that Henry comes with. This is the main hose. So this is a strong plastic hose, and it's just over 2 meters in length. And to attach it on, you've got this, and what this does is this will just screw onto the front, or his nose. You screw it onto his nose, well that is his nose, and then it's very easy to use. And what you'll also find are you get 3 of these small metal tubes, and these just attach like this, so just push in, so there's no clips or anything, it just keeps it together really well. And what you'll find, this is the main floor head, and at the bottom here you've got 2 options. Just show you on the switches, so you've got one or the other. That depends on the floor surface that you're on, so you can either have these brushes up or down, and if you don't want them then you just flick the switch on the other side and then they just pop back in. So it's a really good, well designed product. And what happens there is that, again, that just pushes in, and with this that can just locate into the end of the black plastic tube. Just makes it very easy for vacuuming. The other thing I will show you is just on the handle here, and this, again, it's a very simple design, and what you can do is you can just rotate this, and what that will do is, if you didn't want, say, the full suction, then you can rotate that and it just lets some of the air come out of here. And the main, I suppose, advantage of that is if you're on a surface that didn't need a huge suction and you just want to let some of the excess air out, then just twist that and that can really help. Now some of the other little tools they come with. The first one is this. This is just like a standard plastic, it's almost like an upholstery brush. But what you can do is if you put this brush into it, that just slots in the side, then it makes it into a fairly stiff bristle brush. They're always useful. The other couple that come with, you've got the standard crevice tool. That's pretty much standard on, I'd say, almost all vacuum cleaners. That's really used to get into corners. And then you've got this is like a soft dusting brush, and that can be useful. Especially if the surface you're vacuuming on is quite delicate. And with all of these you do need to use this little tube, because that attaches into the end, and then once you put that in, then you can put that into the end of the vacuum, and then you're ready to go. Now I'll just show you one other little thing that's quite useful. On the back of Henry you've actually got a really useful storage area. So when you've got the main head, when it's not in use, then that just slots on the back there. Again, very, very simple yet effective design. And also on the side here, you have got space for a couple of the tools. So they can just slot on the back there. Now there's one last thing that's not really related to the performance of him, but even now I feel like I'm cuddling him rather than just holding him. But yeah, one last thing is basically, if you want to, for some reason, you can take his face off. And I've no idea why they've done this, but if you just clip underneath, you can pull his face off. Now, I'm not sure if they've come up with an idea that you can have different faces, or whether it's different faces for different countries, or if you want a sad face, I've no idea. But you can take his face off, and to put it back on, you just locate it at the top and it just clips back on. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Cordless Henry vacuum cleaner. I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price, and also some of the bags. Please give us a thumbs up on a YouTube video, leave any comments below. Thanks very much.